man, I want a shoe that feels natural. And so to me, of all the super shoes,
this one make you right on. What about the creation all over creation? Yeah, sometimes rain and sometimes shine. All the sorrow and trouble you gotta leave me
babe.
Right on.
You feel the vibration? Who got up early?
Away from the DJ car ranking, baby. When we fling it on the roads and reality, I'm the best thing in life for free. Come back, little and little, best thing in life for free.
What's happening? Big one. Cheers. 4. Saturday morning. 2 more 22 milers in. Or no, 1 more 22 miler, 1 20 plus miler. And then it is cutting it back time, which is crazy to think about. That we're already there, getting ready for Chicago. Today, big workout, probably the toughest long run of the workout, of the whole training block. 22 miles, 2 times 6 miles at roughly marathon pace, immediately into 1 mile at sub-marathon pace with a mile in between. So total of 14 hard miles in this. It will be a tough effort in there. We'll see how it goes. Here's the race shoes. Let's get these laced up, get the 22 miles in, come back when I am done. All right, talking about what is gonna be my race shoe. SAUCONY Endorphin Pro 1. Quick recap of the run, 22 miles. I'm not sure what the average was. It was, I think, 6:47 average, but the workout, like I said, 6 miles at roughly marathon pace, 1 mile tempo, followed by 1 mile rest, do it all over again. So averaging right around 6:10 for the marathon pacing, which is a little bit slower than marathon pacing, but I gave myself some grace because of the heat. And then the 2 tempo miles were 5:58, 5:53. So we'll see. But as I said, it was all done in the OG Endorphin Pro 1. And why I'm choosing these as my marathon shoe, for me, when I come down to looking at race shoes. So my PR is set in shoes that don't even exist anymore. 2 years ago, I was 100% an Asics Dynoblast running shoe, or Dyno Flight, I'm sorry, the Dynoblast is the new one. Asics Dyno Flight shoe runner. And so I set my 244 PR in that shoe, and the reason I used that shoe so much was because it just flowed nice and easy. It was easy for me to run in, it felt natural on the foot. And so when I'm looking at race shoes, especially with all of the technology that's put into them, is, man, I want a shoe that feels natural. And so to me, of all the super shoes, the Endorphin Pro feels the most natural when I run. I don't like thinking about my shoes when I'm running. And for me, this shoe is the one that feels the most natural. That is different probably for a lot of people. But yeah, I put in probably 150 miles on these ones, and they're just starting to show wear. So I know we'll be able to get a couple marathons out of each pair of shoes for these from that standpoint. So now you guys know what shoe I'm going to be using for the marathon. If you have any questions or you're running Chicago, let me know what shoe you're going to be running in the Chicago Marathon, Boston on that Monday. or I'll also see you in New York. So if you're running New York, let me know what shoe you're gonna be running in New York as well. So marathon training shoe, marathon racing shoe, last 22 miler is in the books. Got one more 20 miler next weekend, and we're bringing down the miles.